let's take a look on our conflict issue and try to solve it up. So what's going on here? Based on what I remember, I was trying to delete all, except the first one, all the sets of actions that will give a conflict after you delete an element, an action element. So actually I was fooling around, trying to have some sense of humor, on the same time trying to be serious. I tried to represent it in a mathematical way, where you have a universal actions and you want to delete one of them, and you find some conflict in here and we need to delete this conflict. So what we are going to do, if I remember correctly, we are going to take the first one and compare it with nothing, so it's alright. Then take the second one and compare it with the first one and nothing, so there's no conflict. Then we'll take the third one and compare it with the first one and the second one, and it just keeps going. So I believe this is the place where I add the ones that we checked. So the one that we need to delete is the action name, and we check all the actions in the first action that we have, and we add all of them. So that's what I'm going to do. What we are going to do, we are taking this one, A, and it has A and B, and we want to delete B. So we check if this is B, no, then add it to the temporary set. This is B, yes, then don't add it. So this is the first code. So this is a loop that goes through all the sets that we have, these sets. And then at first we start with the first one. So this is the first one. First we clear the set, the temporary set, and then we add all the actions except the one that we want to delete, because after all this code check if we have conflicts, if we are going to delete this action or not without deleting it in the first place. Then we reset the conflict, and only if this one is conflicting with any of those before it, which is empty, so the first for each won't occur because this one should be empty. So we will come here and there's no conflict, and if there's no conflict, then we should add this one to the primes, the ones that we need to check for the next time. And apparently we need to make a clone, and Did I made a clone function? So let's go take a look on the shared functions. I can make an anonymous method or whatever, or just make a loop in here. But I might add a function. Nope. So what we need to do is to make a clone way. I remember I searched online if there's a way to clone, and I didn't get a good result. Maybe if there's a way. Oh yes, they said in the construction. But I don't know why I left at that time. I believe I have something to do. So it's funny how I'm working without being worried about anything else, like if this is not my business. So see, it takes a collection of strings, and I love it. I really love it. Interesting. What's the difference between this one and this equality converter? Why does it take equality converter? What the hell? That is empty and uses a specified quality converter for the set type. Oh, really? Interesting. Are you telling me when I was struggling with the converter, I couldn't make the default one for the dictionary or the hash set? This is the way to put it. Oh man. Jesus, like, oh, shoot. I struggled a lot to try to figure it out, and here it is, in the constructor. So maybe I could check this later on. Oh yes, we need a name for this guy, and this guy should have the name of this guy. And this is actually the name of the set. So in the example is the capital A, this one. We need to save it because the dictionary need the elements, the values, and the name of the set. So to be honest, I really want to see the dictionary thing. So let's say dictionary type of objects and creature, or C. So here the capacity. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I can set the comparator in the constructor. Why the Stack Overflow and MSDNA and all of these guys didn't emphasize the part that this could be happening in the constructor? I have no clue. Maybe they did and I didn't notice that, as usual. Very, very interesting. Is this... Oh, iDictionary. Okay. It's kind of funny. I mean, I tried to solve this issue and I spent a few good hours to try to when I was doing the action condition class and tried to replace the equality here, and I delete most of them, but I believe this was the last attempt, and I gave up. I just made my own does equal function. Now there is a hope to make it in more professional way. Even though, do I really want to return and fix it up? I mean, it's working. Maybe if it just stopped working all of a sudden. So let's see the code and let's see if it's going to work. So the first thing, we are saving the deleted AC keys. And we can add the deleted key in here. The question is, I need to be careful with this. The break in here, break this loop. So if there are multi-conflicts with the same set that doesn't care, it only should delete the ones that we are targeting, and this will slow down the algorithm if we have a huge set of dictionaries. I mean, a huge set of a huge set of hash sets. So and this is the issue. I don't think there's a huge set of hash sets in any game. Even if there's a fighting game, for the God's sake, it shouldn't be that huge. I mean, a fighting game, if you're in the air and you made a combo, I'm not sure. Yeah, if you made yeah, it will use the system. It will definitely use the system. So I need to know when the character is kicking, punching, left leg kicking, left hand punching. Or depends on the game. Some of the games doesn't have, like Tekken, you have, and Mortal Kombat, I believe. Each button represents each part of the human, like right hand, right leg, left leg. But in Guilty Gear, for example, it have the fastest punch X. Depends on the character. If it is a kicking, if it is punching, if it is a swift attack. But usually it's kicking because it's called kick. And then punch, P, then slash and hyper slash. So it depends on the game. So each one of these are condition. Sorry, each one of these are action. And based on condition of each character, that's why it's unique to the animated particle, it can play a different animation. So this is the whole thing. Will they have a huge set of actions? Well, to think about it, in Soul Calibur, some of the characters and some of the versions have 160 different combos, 160 different animation. But I believe some of them are used in the longer combos, but I'm not sure. But it's a 3D game, it's kind of different too. But imagine if it was 2D. Wait, was that Soul Calibur or Tekken? Either case. In fighting game, which is kinda the worst case scenario, it won't go over 200. Let's put a limit. Let's say 300. And 300 in the computer world is nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a joke. So I shouldn't worry about the speed in here. Especially this code will happen only when you delete an action while you have a lot of action conditions, the moves themselves. In other words, you shouldn't delete them if you have a lot already. So yeah, that's the whole story. So I shouldn't worry about the speed that much, to be honest. But sometimes I think it's a good practice too, to make better algorithms for the better cases. So I don't know. See, spend it around 6 minutes just to describe what's going on in my head. And I call that working. And I, anyway, record that as, yeah, working. I mean the time. I count the time as working too. But it's good to clear your head when you work, I guess, too. So what's going on? Let's try to move the table from the mouse pad before I lose my mind. Every time I get my mouse on the keyboard cable, I cannot move it. It's just like, nope, nope, nope. Cannot I just keep both? Okay. Wow, I can hardly see the mouse when it's here. I mean, do you see it? I can hardly see it. What the hell? Okay, that's easier. So the delete keys is empty, the hash set is empty, the temporary is empty, the conflict is false. I'm just debugging this in my head. So it depends on the action conditions. We make a loop, and here they are, the action conditions. And we clear the temporary one, which I can call X. Oh, I don't need to do. Do I need to do? And then go to the first one and take all the actions we have and add only the ones that we are not deleting. So it is only A. And then it check the primes, which they are totally empty now. And because the conflict is false, we add a prime, a new key, we call it A, we don't call it A prime, and we add this one, which is this one. This set, the set without B. So let's go to the next key, we clear the temporary, we add all of them without adding the one that we want to delete, A and C, and then we check the primes if there's a conflict. Is A and C equal to A set? No? Then there's no conflict and it added here. So we have 2 in AC prime. Then BE, it become E, the E set, and it's called C. And it check A and B, and there's no conflict, so it added here. D, it has E, it doesn't have B, and it check if there's a conflict. Yes, there's a conflict. Because there's a conflict, we are not adding it. There's a conflict, we are not adding any key. And then AE, we don't add B to the temporary. AE, there's no AE, so we add this one to the primes. So, we need to add the delete key too in here. So the deleted key we need to add is the current key, which is the temporary one. So when we reach to the D case and we found a conflict, we add this one as the deleted set. And I wrote that down in here, mark for deletion. So far so good. So far so good. And look at this. Do you know what this is smells like? Yeah, it smells like a beginner code. Not trying to insult the beginners, but seriously, for a guy like me who worked on programming around since 2001, I was, or yeah, like seriously. I mean, maybe I'm too harsh to myself. It's just, but I don't know. So let's take a look. Who's calling this? I know some people who have only 2 years on their belts still see my coding as beginners and they mock me and they laugh at me in the forums. I already been there in the forums. And some people were like coders since Quick Basic and the original C, and people were trying to laugh at them and teach them how to do the pre-processing and whatever, and they didn't know it was a pre-processing. They thought it was a normal code. So I don't know why these guys bugs me. They shouldn't bugs me. I mean, seriously. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, I don't know why there's not a lot of humble programmers. Maybe they are, and I never see them because they usually are the quiet ones. But there are definitely more arrogant programmers than humble ones. Just don't they understand? Whenever you deal with knowledge, you should be humble, to learn more, to accept your flaw, to accept that you don't know everything. Because the second you think you know everything, you will screw it up somewhere. You will screw it up really big times if it is a critical issue. I'm not talking about video game stuff. I mean, whenever you deal with critical issue and you confuse yourself, you know everything, you might screw up someone's life or some people's life more than one because of that. And this is just, I don't know. I mean, even if you took the ethics and morals out of the subject, it's not good to feel that you know everything all the time. So in here, we can ask the user if he want to delete them. And if you want to delete them, it will continue the code as true. Because this one, let's see. No, it should cancel when it's false. Where? Why did I make this function? This one checking for the conflict. I believe I don't need this because I already done this and this. So let's take this out. I should commit it because I might need it actually, but screw it. Screw it. I feel it's not needed, so it's not needed. Right? Exposed. Hypocrite exposed. Anyway. Um, I already made this kind of things of deleting, and I'm too lazy just to check. So I'm going to come here. And go to the delete and check this function. And I'm going to steal this one. Yeah, I'm just silly you. So in here, so before I write the message, um, give me a second. We need a condition to activate this condition. I know. And then we say actions set are redundant. Do you want to delete them? Even though I'm not advising myself in the future to delete an action set that have redundant, while there's a lot of results, I must find a way to make changes. And that's what will happen when I do the save. Whenever I do a save, I need to update them. So if we say OK, we should make the changes. So what we are going to do, we are going to replace these suckers with these suckers. But no, it cannot happen. Do you know why? I'll show you why. Because of the hierarchy of the stuff. This is not the full image, but this image is enough. You see, this is the action condition set, this guy. But actually, the dictionary doesn't only hold the group of actions. It have the result animations and one side results too. And it have the equipment conditions too. So all of these data are related to this guy. So if we say, hey, delete all of these guys and add these back, we will screw up all of these guys. All the result animations on all one side. So what we are going to do, we will go slowly and delete these guys. And any mark for deletion, we will delete the whole thing with the result animation. So let's do that. So first I will delete the mark for deletion to make the loop faster. I mean, and instead of go in and then go in again, we will go in, then we will go in minus the deleted number, the mark of deletion. So it will be a little bit faster. It's funny. Care about the speed now, and before was like, but I believe this is quite fast actually. The whole code, I believe it's quite fast, and I like it. I really like it. Yeah, I usually leave a space after each for loop, just to make sure that this is the end of the loop. It is something that I got used of. Sometimes I make a space after if too, just to make sure that you know what the hell, to make the code easier to read. So as I said, we need to make a loop. We already have the action name. Oh yes. You cannot delete inside the loop itself. So we are going to make a loop with this guy. Actually, I don't need um, concat. Really? So we need the Tim AB5 action condition. Remove. We move. Why shouldn't I buy Warcraft 2 and try to play an AI skirmish match? I don't know. Maybe Warcraft 1 with the Paladin, undefeatable Paladin. Oh well. No, it was Warcraft 2. It was Warcraft 2. So we need the deleted keys. And with this code, we have scratched all the mark of deletion. Now we need to go over these guys and remove the action condition. I'm kinda glad that I start to work on this silly thing without beating myself up. Guess the small break helped after all. Sometimes I'm not amazed with my work. Like now, I feel it's a silly work. It's not good. But to be honest, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I cannot think like this. Even though I have the math ability, actually when I went out from my first university, I was much better in math, to be honest. After 3 years of not practicing, and when I went back to the college again, I didn't put or spend enough effort on math because I didn't have the reason. It was really hard to get grades in my first university. The second university, well, as long as I was not under demand a lot, I could score very high scores actually while I'm sleeping. But oh well. Um, more work, less talky. So ACK and Tim AP5. So what we are going to do here, for each one of these suckers, did I miss something? I missed something. What did I miss? Here. I completely forgot what I was saying because this error, I messed up it somewhere. Gonna convert system collection generic key value bear string action conditions to string action conditions. um, sorry about that. No, this is a. Oh, look at that. Yeah, my mistake. I was like, Okay. Funny, you can take dictionaries from something? Does that mean you can make a dictionary of dictionaries? I need to try that out someday. I don't know if I did or not, but in either case, we need to take the active action AR and do remove of the sucker. And that's it. That's the whole story, my friends. We deleted the market one, we deleted the we delete first the marked one, then we delete these guys, and we will end up with having these without losing all the data. So this is the worst part ever. We need to test. So let's make the same example on the drawing. That's the best thing when you have an example. So let's add a state. Let's call it state. And then add the elements. And then add the action sets. Look at that, so beautiful. I believe now my work is fucking clear for other people because I'm using math representation for the whole stuff. But maybe this is still too abstract, eh? Oh well. Maybe I should do this more actually. Even though it takes some time, but I believe it's much better for representation. I need to learn how to edit videos and make things shorter so people don't kill me. So now we have A. Let's make another one. B. And we add C. Then we have C, which has B and E. Then we have D, which have E. Then we have E, which has A, B, and E. Let's add another thing that causes conflict just for the fun. So we add F, which is equal to, let's say, yeah. I don't want to add a conflict to the other guys. I mean, but let's add A and C, and AC will get deleted, unfortunately. Not the B. B won't be get deleted. The AC is going to delete it because this is how the system I made. To keep the earliest one. So let's go to B and try to delete it, and nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. Now that's a surprise. So it's only return in here. Are you telling me it done everything? Oh wait, it might done everything, but it didn't update the... No, these still exist. And A still have B. So what's going on? It might be a very silly condition. So Timmy's edge is A, capital A, and now there's a conflict, a not. So the AC prime is empty because there's no conflict. So we add A, which has AB. Wait, why did it add B? This condition is not correct. So let's take a look. So this one is empty. And the action name is E. No, the action name is B. Where's the items? Yeah, it's the first one, and first one is B. Oops. Yeah. Alright. There's a way to delete all of them. Just do this. So let's make the example once more time without debugging and take a look. This time I won't add, let's add the last one. Do you know what? Let's not add the last one because we are sure about the old example. Even though it will delete only one, it's kind of ugly. And to be honest, did I delete the ones from the action list? Yeah, I did. So let's take Walker, add the state, and add the element. Why did it ask me? There's no conflict. It shouldn't ask me a question. Oh, it will ask me in here anyway. Hmm. Um, dude, don't do that to me. Oh, okay, whatever. What? Oh. Why did it do that? Damn it. Oh, because I tried to change this into that, but when I paused, it opened the silly good for nothing program. The runner, the one that run the thing. Alright. It's cool, it's full, cool, dual. Let's do it again. So we add A, we add B, we add something wrong, and we want to delete something wrong. Because there's no conflict, it will delete it without any question. We made a mistake by making it double equal in here. do, let's add the first one. Let's add capital B. Let's add the letter first for the set, and it has BE. D has E only. If I don't have a state, it should not add it. I must have a state. And then we have E, which is the last one. We will test it without the F. And then I will select me and delete. It will tell me there is one action set.redundant. It doesn't say is because it doesn't know one is a singular. And I can make a small condition to put one if it is one as is, and R if not. So you notice E got deleted, not D, because E is the newest one. Silly me. So it will mark the one for deletion E, because my algorithm keep the earliest one and delete the new one. So sorry about that. It deleted E instead of D, and it's working. What if I delete E? Oh shit. It shouldn't keep any condition set without action conditions. I didn't program that. So let's try to do that. But first, and it didn't delete it from the list too. So it deleted E. But it didn't delete it very well. Yeah, it's screwed up. It's screwed up. Let's try to delete A. Actually, when there's a conflict, it didn't delete everything. I believe because of the condition was not correct. Yeah, because we didn't empty this one. That's why it was screwed up. So, oh, I can say return true. Either case, yeah. Yeah, let's just return true. Because I'm just a very negative person, or at least I used to be. If you think I'm still a very negative person, you don't know my old self. And be glad you don't know my old self, because my old self have a very serious problem with negativity. So let's add the states again. I kinda like it to represent things in math. It's kinda silly to say that loud, but A, B, C, D, E. So as you can see, delete it without asking any condition or checking any conflict or whatever. So let's add the states one more time, just because we can. Nothing can go wrong with a lot of testing. Maybe it's a waste of time, yes, but when you over-test the stuff, but I don't think I'm over-testing it. It's good to test it over and over and over and spend some time on testing, because a lot of times you do something that you are not expecting yourself doing it. You're doing it by mistake, like clicking on cancel all of a sudden, and boom, you find some problems that you weren't aware of. So it's kind of interesting sometimes. Actually, the missing data problem occurred because of that. I clicked on save before I could finish the data in here by mistake, and it triggered in my head, wait a minute, what if some of the data get deleted? Yeah, I told myself before, that this will be an issue someday. So B is deleted, but now he didn't. What the hell is going on? Why didn't it update this page? E shouldn't exist. I'm checking the list in here, and this time D got deleted. Oh yeah, D got deleted because C came first. Silly me. But I should delete this one from this list, and I don't know why it's still here. Actually, I do know why. Because when I delete them from here, I didn't delete them from the list. So let's do this. And we need to delete them from this blank page. We need to delete them from here. Action condition list 8 F5. I can do it like this, but I don't know if there is a way. Let's start. Yes, I know, but be patient with me. We are going to do the same example again. And actually, just to have more fun, let's add this one. And this one should be deleted too after we delete B, because this one will get conflict with this one with B. It's kind of worrisome because it's illogical. This one has the B. This one should be deleted, not this one. And yet, the algorithm is not smart enough to figure out that. Yeah, it's kind of troublesome if you ask me. Well, I could always delete this one manually before I delete the B as an action. So this is kind of like optional, you can say. So let's add the states one more time. I mean the action list. Let's add these sets, action sets. So let's see, if I say B deleted, it should tell me two actions have conflicts. And when I say OK, it didn't this one didn't work. Yeah, I can delete them manually. Nope, I can't because it doesn't exist. So let's try to delete A. So, oh, what the hell is going on? Oh yeah, we are using the wrong variable in here. My mistake. It should be ACK key. This one. So I'm glad that I was debugging. Look at that, it worked now. So that was the problem. We were sending the wrong variable to the function. What next? What next? What next? What's next? Let's see. So now we can figure out, or the function will figure out, whenever we are deleting an element, if there's a conflict or not, and delete the redundant sets. As I said, the only issue with this that I don't like, it doesn't delete the set that used to have I mean, it doesn't care. It doesn't care if this is the last one or the first one. It cares only the position. It doesn't care if this one used to use the deleted one or not. And one way to solve that, which I don't think it's worth all the troubles, to be honest, is to sort these things based on this letter, to make this letter have the first priority, this action set, and make the deletion or something like that. Maybe it's the opposite, because this thing doesn't have it anymore. So we need to make some kind of sort and play with that. So I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I believe if I really want to delete this one, not this one, I should delete it manually. And whenever you delete those, you don't need to worry. Do you? Do you? Do you? I don't know. Let's see. Not this one. This one is empty. What the hell? I don't know. Where did I put that text? I believe I lost it. Congratulations. Oh, here it is. So, yeah, I didn't fix that problem yet, did I? This is not that important, but it will be nice to have. So we already solved this issue, but we need to fix the save BART. Oh wow, really? I have an issue like this? I need to check this out. I believe I solved this issue already. So we have some issues that deal with the AP and APA instead of the AC, action conditions. Oh god, this is another update issue. I believe we are done with action conditions. Unbelievable. And we are done exactly on time for the video for 1 hour. Thank you for watching and see you in BART 19.